India launches Operation Sindoor in response to terrorist attacks in Pahalgaon. India destroys 9 terrorist hideouts in Pakistan, rising tensions between India and Pakistan. India and the UK sign historic trade deal, trade, investment and innovation set to get a new direction, strengthening trade relations between India and the UK. Human Development Report 2025 released. India ranked 130th out of 193 countries, report issued by UNDP. Prime Minister inaugurates 7th edition of Khelo India Youth Games, games to be held in Bihar and Delhi. Gaj Singh is the mascot for Khelo India Youth Games 2025. DRDO successfully test stratospheric airship platform operated in the Earth's stratosphere will aid in Earth observation and intelligence gathering. Recently, the Indian Armed Forces carried out missile strikes at 9 locations in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir under Operation Sindoor. This action was taken in retaliation for the terrorist attack on 22nd April in Pahalgaon, in which 26 Indian tourists were killed. The Indian Army targeted 9 terrorist hideouts in Pakistan, which were occupied by terrorist groups where they strategized attacks on India. One of these terrorist hideouts in Bhavalpur, which is considered the headquarters of Jaish-e-Mohammed. During Operation Sindoor, India used several advanced and precision-guided long-range weapon systems. These included primarily the Scalp cruise missile, hammer-guided bombs, and loitering weapon systems. In this context, the international community has expressed serious concern about this conflict and has stated that it poses a threat to regional stability and global security. It is noteworthy that Operation Sindoor was quite different from previous Indian operations like the 2016 Uri surgical strike and the 2019 Balakot air strike. While the Uri and Balakot strikes were limited, Operation Sindoor was much more extensive and carried out in Pakistan-occupied territory. Recently, India and the UK signed a free trade agreement after nearly 3 years of negotiations. It is noteworthy that the discussions for the free trade agreement between the two countries began in January 2022. The objective of this agreement is to promote trade, investment, job creation, and innovation. This agreement reflects economic cooperation between the world's 5th and 6th largest economies. Under this agreement, tariffs on 90% of goods will be reduced. It is also expected that by 2030, trade between the two economies will double to $120 billion. Once the FTA is implemented, 99% of Indian products in the UK market will be tariff-free. Additionally, duties on exports of Indian textiles, frozen shrimp, jewelry and gemstones will be reduced. Similarly, duties on imports of whiskey and alcoholic beverages from the UK will also be reduced. For your information, under the FTA, the two countries either eliminate or significantly reduce tariffs on the trade of most products. Additionally, it simplifies the criteria for promoting trade in services and bilateral investments. Recently, Nicaragua announced its withdrawal from UNESCO. Nicaragua took this step in protest against UNESCO awarding the Press Freedom Prize to the newspaper La Prensa. La Prensa is a major newspaper in Nicaragua which has faced repression multiple times due to its criticism of the government. It is noteworthy that La Prensa was established in 1926. UNESCO holds the right to defend freedom of expression and press freedom worldwide. Nicaragua is one of the 194 member countries of UNESCO. UNESCO established the Press Freedom Prize in 1997. It is important to note that UNESCO is a specialized agency of the United Nations. Its full name is the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. It was established in 1945 and its headquarters is located in Paris. Its aim is to promote world peace and security through international cooperation in education, arts, science and culture. Currently, UNESCO has 194 member countries. Additionally, UNESCO has 12 associate members which include non-governmental organizations, international organizations and the private sector. For your information, Nicaragua is a Latin American country located in Central America. It shares its northern border with Honduras and its southern border with Costa Rica, while its eastern border is with the Caribbean Sea and its western border is with the Pacific Ocean. Recently, India has stopped the flow of water from the Baglihar Dam towards Pakistan. India took this step due to the brutal terrorist attack in Pahalgam on 22nd April. India had previously suspended the decades-old Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan. It is noteworthy that the Baglihar Dam is an important hydroelectric project located on the Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir. It includes a 5-meter high and 363-meter long concrete gravity dam with a total volume of 1.9 million cubic meters. This project plays a crucial role in meeting India's energy needs and has enhanced the regional hydroelectric production capacity. It was constructed by the Government of India and is divided into 2 phases with a total power generation capacity of 900 megawatt. For information, the Chenab River is a major river shared by India and Pakistan. It is a tributary of the Indus River. Its source is at Tandi, a place in the upper Himalayas in the Lahaul and Spiti district of Himachal Pradesh, where the Chandra and Bhaga rivers meet. According to the terms of the Indus Water Treaty, the water of the Chenab River has been shared between India and Pakistan. Recently, India's National Safety Regulator found irreparable damage in the structure of 3 dams. This damage was found in the dam of the Kaleshwaram Lift Irrigation Project on the Godavari River in Telangana. This project will supply water for irrigation, industrial and domestic use to a large part of northern Telangana. The objective of the Kaleshwaram Lift Irrigation Project is to make Telangana drought-free by using the floodwaters of the Godavari. Notably, it is currently the world's largest multi-stage lift irrigation project. The project started in 2019. The project starts from the confluence of the Pranhita and Godavari rivers. It is noteworthy that the Kaleshwaram project will also support the Mission Kakatiya and Mission Bhagirath schemes. Mission Kakatiya and Mission Bhagirath are Telangana government schemes designed to provide drinking water to many villages and improve the capacity of tanks. As for the Godavari River, it is the second longest river in India. Its source is at Trambakeshwar in Maharashtra. It flows eastward for 1,465 kilometers. It passes through the states of Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Orissa and Karnataka. Its major tributaries include Purna, Pranhita, Indravati, Pravara, Manjira and Maner. Recently, the drug semaglutide, which was originally developed for the treatment of diabetes, was used for the treatment of liver disease. However, this use was at the search level. The study included 800 participants from 37 countries. The research team found that a weekly dose of semaglutide was effective in treating metabolic dysfunction associated steatohepatitis in about 2/3 of the patients. It is noteworthy that metabolic dysfunction associated steatohepatitis is a severe form of fatty liver disease. The findings of this research was published in the New England Journal of Medicine. It is important to note that metabolic dysfunction associated steatohepatitis is a type of liver disease that is not related to alcohol consumption. It involves inflammation and damage to the liver due to the accumulation of fat in the liver. It is commonly seen in people with metabolic disorders such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, and hypertension. The main symptoms include abdominal pain, fatigue, and weight loss. However, in many cases, no symptoms occur. If left untreated, it can lead to serious diseases such as cirrhosis and liver cancer. Recently, DRDO has successfully conducted the first trial of the stratospheric airship platform. With this achievement, India has joined the select list of countries that possess an indigenous high-altitude platform system. It was developed by the Aerial Delivery Research and Development Establishment, AGRA. This success will enhance India's Earth observation, intelligence, and surveillance capabilities. The stratospheric airship platform is an unmanned airship. It operates in the stratosphere at an altitude of 17 to 22 kilometers above the Earth. It functions as a high-altitude pseudo-satellite and can remain in the air for extended periods. Helium gas is used for its flight. It can monitor an area for several days. Unlike satellites or aircraft, it is powered by solar energy and uses onboard batteries for operations during the night. Imaging sensors, radar, and telecom payloads can be installed on it. It aids in border surveillance, disaster management, and intelligence operations. This technology is capable of performing tasks that satellites and drones cannot. The global trafficking of pangolin scales and elephant ivory saw a sharp decline from 2020 onwards. A recent report published by the Wildlife Justice Commission attributed this decline to pandemic-related disruptions, ongoing enforcement, and changing trafficking strategies. The report stated that in 2019, the illegal trade of pangolin scales had reached its highest level. Likewise, the illegal trade of elephant ivory also reached its highest level of 50 tons in the same year. However, since then, there has been a decline in global trafficking of both. Pangolins are long, armor-plated, insectivorous mammals. They use their scales as armor and roll into a ball when threatened to protect themselves from poachers. Additionally, the pangolin's long claws help it dig into the ground to catch termites, its primary food. Notably, there are 7 species of pangolins found worldwide, 2 of which are found in India. They are heavily poached for their skin, scales, and meat. There is significant demand for them in China and Vietnam for medicinal purposes. As for elephants, their tusks are poached on a large scale for making jewelry, parts for musical instruments, and religious items. It is worth mentioning that in 1989, a global ban was imposed on the trade of elephant ivory, and all African elephants were placed in CITES Appendix 1. Despite this, illegal international trade in elephant ivory has continued on a large scale. Recently, the United Nations Development Programme released the Human Development Report 2025. The title of this report is A Matter of Choice: People and Possibilities in the Age of AI. According to this report, India's Human Development Index has reached 130th place among 193 countries. India, with a score of 0.685, remains in the medium human development category, but it is very close to high human development. Meanwhile, globally, Iceland, Norway, and Switzerland are ranked first, second, and third, respectively. It is noteworthy that South Sudan is ranked the lowest at 193rd place in this index. Speaking of the Human Development Report, it has been published since 1990. It is published by the United Nations Development Programme. This report evaluates socio-economic indicators through the lens of human development. It presents a comparative analysis of the Human Development Index of various countries. It is a comprehensive human development index based on 4 indicators. These indicators include life expectancy at birth, expected years of schooling, mean years of schooling, and gross national income per capita. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 7th edition of the Khelo India Youth Games. The event is being held from 4th May to 15th May in Bihar and Delhi. It is noteworthy that this is the first time that the Khelo India Youth Games are being held in Bihar. 5 districts will host this event, including Patna, Nalanda, Gaya, Bhagalpur, and Begusarai. It is noteworthy that over 8,500 athletes and 1,500 technical staff from across the country will participate in 28 sports. 3 of these sports, shooting, gymnastics, and track cycling, will be held in Delhi. The mascot for Khelo India 2025 is Gaj Singh, which symbolizes the strength of an elephant and the heart of a lion. The mascot is inspired by the epigraphic heritage of the Pala dynasty of Nalanda and Bodh Gaya, which is depicted on temples and their pillars. Meanwhile, the emblem of Khelo India Youth Games 2025 is inspired by Bihar's rich cultural heritage and the color orange. It is noteworthy that the Khelo India Youth Games is a national-level multidisciplinary sports competition for school and college students in India. These games are part of the Indian government's Khelo India initiative. The objective of the event is to promote a sports culture and identifying sporting talents at the grassroots levels. At the conclusion of the event, the state or union territory with the most gold medals is declared the winner. That's all for now in this bulletin. After the news, let's take a quick look at 5 questions related to the bulletin. Consider the following statements regarding Operation Sindoor. This operation was carried out by the Indian Armed Forces. Under this operation, 9 terrorist hideouts of Jaish-e-Mohammed were destroyed. ballistic missiles were used in this operation. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none. Consider the following statements regarding newspaper La Prensa. It was established in 1926. It is a major newspaper in Nicaragua. UNESCO has awarded it the Press Freedom Prize. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none. Consider the following statements regarding Baglihar Dam. It is an important hydroelectric project located on the Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir. It was constructed in 2 phases by the Government of India. The Chenab River is a major river shared by India and Pakistan. How many of the above statements are incorrect? Only one, only two, all three, none. Consider the following statements regarding the Kaleshwaram Lift Irrigation Project. It is the world's largest multi-stage lift irrigation project. It starts from the confluence of the Pranhita and Krishna rivers. The project started in 2019. How many of the above statements are incorrect? Only one, only two, all three, none. Consider the following statements regarding the Human Development Report 2025. According to this report, India is ranked 130th in terms of Human Development Index. Iceland and Norway are ranked first and second in the Human Development Index. It has been published by the United Nations Development Programme since 1990. How many of the above statements are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none. But before we go, let's take a quick look at small yet important news. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated India's first World Audio Visual and Entertainment Summit Waves 2025. The event was held at the Geo World Centre in Mumbai. Representatives from over 60 countries, including the UK, Japan, Russia, and Saudi Arabia, attended the summit. The objective of the summit is to make India a global hub for media, entertainment, and digital innovation. On this occasion, the Union Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting and Parliamentary Affairs, Dr. L. Murugan, honored 12 outstanding community radio stations with the 10th National Community Radio Awards. Recently, INS Sharda reached Maldives for scheduled humanitarian assistance and disaster relief exercise. This exercise demonstrates India's commitment to regional cooperation. This deployment is proof of the strong defense and maritime cooperation between India and the Maldives. It is in line with India's Mahasagar approach for security and development in the regions, focusing on collaborative efforts to ensure peace, stability, and prosperity in the Indian Ocean region. The objective of this exercise is to enhance interoperability between the Indian Navy and the Maldives National Defence Force. Recently, a team of scientists mapped the genome of the shaola. The shaola, also known as the Asian unicorn, is found primarily in the evergreen forest of the Annamite Mountains on the border of Vietnam and Laos. Both male and female shaolas have parallel sharp horns about 20 inches long. This species is closely related to cattle and resembles a deer. It has white markings on its face and large glands near the nose, which are possibly used for territory recognition and attracting mates. It is classified as critically endangered in the IUCN Red List. Recently, the Thrissur Puram festival began at the Vedakumnathan temple in Kerala. Vedakumnathan is a Shiva temple awarded the UNESCO Asia Pacific Heritage Award for Cultural Heritage Conservation in 2015. The Thrissur Puram is a post-harvest festival celebrated in the Malayalam month of Medam in Thrissur. It is considered the mother of all Purams and involves a grand congregation of deities with decorated elephants parading in the temple grounds. Traditional musical performances such as Chendamelam and Panchavadyam accompany the procession. Recently, the Indian Navy and DRDO successfully tested the MGM, that is Multi-Influence Ground Mine. MGM is an advanced underwater naval mine developed to enhance the Indian Navy's capabilities to detect modern stealth ships and submarines. It was designed and developed by the Naval Science and Technological Laboratory under DRDO. Using multiple sensors, it detects acoustic, magnetic, and pressure signals emitted by enemy ships. It can be deployed from ships and submarines. Recently, the practice of Santhara was in the spotlight. Santhara, also known as Sallekhana or Pandit Maran, is a Jain tradition in which death is embraced as a celebration. It is considered the highest vow in Jainism. This practice is a voluntary tradition of renouncing the body and is considered a final spiritual discipline according to the teachings of Lord Mahavir, transforming death into a celebration much like birth. Recently, the US President directed the reopening of the famous Alcatraz prison. The prison will now be used to house dangerous and violent criminals. Alcatraz is located on a small, desolate island in San Francisco Bay, California, commonly known as The Rock. It was initially used as a fortress, later as a military prison, and then as a high-security federal penitentiary. Recently, a survey was conducted on the Nilgiri Thar in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. According to the survey, there are signs of an increase in the number of Nilgiri Thars in the traditional habitats of the Coimbatore Forest Division. The Nilgiri Thar is an endemic species of the Western Ghats. It is found from the Nilgiris in the north to the hills of Kanyakumari in the south. The Nilgiri Thar is also the state animal of Tamil Nadu, which has initiated the Nilgiri Thar project for its conservation. It is classified as endangered in the IUCN Red List and is listed in Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. That's all for now in this bulletin. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to Drishti IAS English and Hindi channels.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.